Oh, hey! Welcome back to Unstable Creatures Podcast with me, Selena. Today's episode is a true immigration success story. We are sitting down with the owner of Tapped Sauces, which is a Jiu Jitsu and Asian-inspired sauce company. He is the owner, the maker, the creator. We love him so much. He's super successful. He's a soon-to-be dad, and today's episode we talk about how he got to where he is, what made him start this company, why, how. We talk about the health care in America, nutrition labels. They're not that honest. Walmart be lying. It's a super great episode. We are super excited to talk to him today. We love him very much. Today's guest is Jae Lee.
I got chicken, ducks, and roosters on the farm. I'm just speeding back with Susan the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on the bong. Gypsy blisters never seen for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong.
Seriously, it was so funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, and I was like, I literally know who that is. And then I was like, God, how do I know who he is? How do I remember? And then I was like, wait a second. He did comedy. Like, he did a freaking open mic at Beachside. Yeah, and Jake was like, what? And I'm like, do you remember that Asian guy that Cassandra was like, he's a photographer. It's his first time. And I think your wife was there too.
Yeah, my wife was there.
And Jake was like, oh my God. I'm like, that's literally him.
My set was you. I remember I went up there, I started making jokes about how I was a white guy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but this Asian guy. I was like,
Yeah.
You were the only, like, it was like you and you got, I think you two were the only minorities in the whole building.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually how it is. Me and an Asian person.
It's actually really nice to be the minority of the whole building.
No, it is.
Like, I guess, like, sometimes, like, when you do a comedy, like, you want to, like, relate, but also, like
I like not relating.
Yeah. Relating.
And I think, too, like, especially when it comes down to, like, what we get to say on stage, like, I feel like I can push certain jokes way farther than other comics can, even though some of them still do. Yeah. But it's funnier whenever we do it because we are who we're talking about. Like, especially with the whole, like, you know, Mexico and Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico, all of that stuff. Like, my set has been a lot more amplified because I feel like I'm able to, like, talk about it on a way different level.
That's been on your bit a lot now?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. It has to be. Like, I started doing this thing where I get on stage and I'm out of breath because I really am out of breath. And I'm like, sorry, ice chased me in here. I was running, dude, my bad. And so, yeah, I think it's like, you can push things a lot farther. Because you haven't done comedy since then. You only did it once.
So, like, I wanted to always try it.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, it was more like a bucket list thing. But I really enjoyed it, right? Like, I always, like, liked making people laugh.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw Cassandra at the comedy place. And, I mean, it was like a event for Indie Yard. And she's like, you should come by. I was like, okay, I'll come by. And I'll do one and luckily, like, my buddy Sharon was there. Do you guys know Sharon?
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So your friend was Sharon. Yeah. We literally love him.
Yeah. And he's like, I saw him a couple of weeks ago and he's like, yeah, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, that time he was like, yeah, this is like one of my first time doing it. He did it like once before, and now he's like there all the time. So that makes me want to go back and do it.
Yeah, it's so funny because he was like an audience member for months. Like,
I respect that. Though.
Always there, he's so like supportive. And then one day I walk in and I see his name on the list, and I'm like, what's happening? And he's like, I'm trying it. And I'm like, what? Literally. And now he's like a killer. He's doing good.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been going to the mics and stuff.
See him. Yeah, I love him. Like, we used to, it's such a small world, right? Like, I used to work with his wife.
Oh, okay.
At my day job. And we ended up, my wife became friends with his wife and Julie, which is his wife, and they hung out, and then we all kind of like became friends.
Okay, cool.
And, I was like, and then we were so happy to see him because, like, for me, I was a new face. And I was like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, and then to see someone you know is like such a big relief.
It was really nice. He must live near Beachside because literally for 3 days he was our only audience member.
Oh, really?
He'd just go grab 2 tall boys from and sit in the crowd and like laugh with us. He'd see me do the same jokes.
Oh, really?
Times, and he'd still like.
He was always so supportive, so supportive and nice. Yeah.
He's also funny. Like, now that he actually writes jokes and he has like he like starts doing crowd work now, and he's not as tense. He used to be super stiff. I'm like,
I guess it does. You need stage presence.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
For some people, their stage presence is the lack thereof. Like there's some friend comics like Michael Crocker. His his presence is the fact that he's not doing too much.
Yeah.
He just like tells his jokes, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like
Very nonchalant,
Yeah.
very like, you
There's
know.
two different types. Like they just like run through the jokes, or sometimes they do like a whole skit.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's on your bucket list, because I feel like that's what it was for me too. Like a
Yeah.
bucket list thing, and like something that someone like I just had heard my whole life. You need to do comedy. You need to do stand up. You need to do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like my whole life, and then one day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it as a bucket list thing, and now
Yeah.
I'm like 2 years deep, addicted.
Yeah. It's so fun. Like, I grew up watching Dane Cook a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then like I really love Joe Coy.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
was here like a couple of years ago, and
He was just here like not that long ago.
Yeah.
He was here.
We
Just
went
like
and
a
saw
month
him.
ago.
Yeah. Oh, he was here a month ago.
Yeah, he just did the King Center like really recently.
No way.
It wasn't a month ago. It was probably like a good 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
But it was definitely
my
what,
wife.
2024.
My wife and I definitely went and saw him. And
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like his Netflix special. He like just
Mm-hmm.
like goes and does a whole like story and like
Yeah.
you know how they do it, but it was more like a comedy show where he just like random jokes.
Right, right.
And I was like, oh, this is new. Like it's like, but it was like an audience of like 200, 300 people that the King Center holds. So
Gotcha. Yeah, so maybe he's like, yeah, y'all don't deserve the
yeah,
the special material. I'm not getting paid enough
I
for
guess
all
he's
that.
just like testing it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy to think about that too. Like when you get to a certain level, like those are some comics like low level shows is 300 people.
Yeah.
That's insane to think about. Like I get to test new jokes.
You said you grew up watching like Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. How old are you?
I was like probably 11 or 12.
How old are you now?
Oh, I'm 31 now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you're 31.
I always-
Wow,
I always
you're
think
young.
There's a bigger age gap between me and people because like I watched a lot of black comedy growing up, but Dane Cook was like one of the only white guys I watched. And I don't know where I rank
Wait,
him.
Dan Cook is white.
That's what I'm saying. He's like one of the only white comics.
Oh.
Like my whole upbringing as a child with comedy was like Def Comedy Jam,
Oh, okay.
Out, like
Okay.
black comedy, and like 100% when I saw Dane Cook, I was enamored.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I rank him in my top 10. He's definitely in there. But he has the funniest bit of all time about meeting an atheist in an elevator, and when they sneeze, he says, "God bless you," and the atheist looks him in the eyes and says, "I'm an atheist," and he goes, "Sorry, should I have just said nothing?" And then he like goes in this long rambling thing
Yeah.
about, like, I hope when you die, they sprinkle your ashes in a field and you become a tree, and then a lumberjack cuts you down, and then they print the Bible on the paper with it, and he like, just goes
He likes to like escalate things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
His special that he did in the arena where he's in the circle in the
Yes,
middle.
yeah, I
That's the
remember.
one I'm talking
That's the
about.
one. That's
One of the best specials of all time. He had to be on 75 Adderall.
Yeah.
I
he's
love when people
he's
crash
loud.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, his deliverance is like just like
Crazy.
super verbose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like he did that Kool-Aid Man thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like
Jumping
all
around, yeah.
everyone in my like class was like saying, oh yeah.
No, he's like super animated and super intense, and that's my preference of comedy.
Yeah.
Like I love people that go over the top and
Yeah.
like are just really intense,
Yeah.
and I love that. I think it's so funny when people
I love
like
it when
crash
they like
out.
repeat things. Like it's not funny initially, but they repeat it. Like Kevin Hart does that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like he says something, a line, he just keeps repeating it.
Yes.
Like the last Kevin, it wasn't the last one, but one of them I saw of Kevin Hart was like, it was about, oh, my wife and I say this all the time. It's like, you want to rob me or something like that.
Oh, I think
Like,
I know what you're talking about.
you
Yeah.
wanna
You wanna
rob-
fuck me? You wanna-
Yeah.
You're talking about Hangover?
No, it was like, you wanna rob me while I'm like masturbating on the couch. He's like, while I'm folding my laundry or
Yeah,
something like that. I'm
yeah.
like, it's so funny when they do all that repetition stuff.
Yeah, and they like keep making it funnier and funnier
Yeah.
as the bit goes on. Yeah, it's literally hilarious.
Comedy is interesting.
Yeah, it is. And it's interesting now because so many people there's so many different ways. And people always say like originality is dead in art, which is partially true, especially in comedy. Like being super original is very, very difficult. And
Yeah.
there's everyone's already talked about, and it's hard. But I think when you're a good comedian, it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
no matter what you're saying, it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
They
like the
make it their
goal.
own.
Yeah, exactly. You make it your own, but it's always going to be funny to
Yeah.
certain people.
Yeah.
Are you from here? Like you're from...
So originally I'm from Korea. I grew up in Korea till I was like 7, and then I lived in
Wow.
South Florida till like I was like 24. I moved up here in 2017 for work.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been here since then. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. So do you remember Korea at all? Like whenever you were a kid?
Yeah. So like Korea was a very different place back even when I was there in like till like year 2000.
Yeah.
But one thing I do remember a lot is like food and like people say like you remember taste for like forever.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Like a lot of things like I do make like sauces, food, anything, like try to like go back to like
make it like that original stuff that you remember,
like,
the food.
taste, like, you know, like when you taste your mom's cooking for the first time.
Yeah.
You end up like subconsciously making food that tastes very similar.
That is super true. Right? That's really, really true. You know what's so funny about that? Like 2 days ago, Jake was meal prepping lettuce. Like we usually used to buy like prepackaged like the lettuce, you know, the like shredded lettuce. And he's been just buying a head of lettuce and chopping it up and shredding it himself. And he was doing that the other day. And I normally am not standing in the kitchen whenever he does this, I guess. And he was doing it and he cut the lettuce and I just got like a whiff of a fresh lettuce smell and I started crying.
Oh,
I'm
really?
not even kidding. I literally started crying.
Your mom used to
because my mom used to make me like ham and cheese sandwiches with fresh lettuce, and that smell like immediately brought me back to being a kid. And I literally started crying. I literally started crying.
It's crazy how
I think it's back behind the trash can because whenever I was cleaning stuff I moved it.
Thank you.
But yeah, I literally started crying because of the smell. Like, it's so funny that you're saying that because I just experienced that the other day.
Taste is crazy.
It is. I really love Korean street food.
Oh, like, really? What do you like?
Well, now I'm gonna feel stupid if it's not.
With the chunks on it.
The corn dog.
Oh
yeah, like so.
That's probably like Americanized Korean.
Well,
street
actually,
food,
like that kind of like really like took off in Korea like lately, like maybe in the last 10 years, I think, and. It's like corn dog. Usually in Korea, like we have corn dogs, and I remember this vividly. Like you go to like a little stand and they give you a corn dog, and it's not like the American Oscar
it's not
Myers wiener.
Right.
It's actually like a sausage taste.
Gotcha.
And like they just dip it in the corn dog batter, but now they like cut these potatoes into like little cubes and throw it, they batter it.
Delicious.
Yeah,
There's this one food vendor that's in Daytona that makes the Korean street dogs, but they'll like the batter will have like Cool Ranch Dorito crumbs all over it, and like
that might be a little bit more American.
They do crazy stuff with it, but just the regular corn dog like that is so good, like with the potato.
My wife thought I was crazy, but like what we do is like corn dog and then they coat it with like sugar.
Oh yeah.
Oh
sugar and then ketchup.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what other Korean street foods like
I love all the like I don't know if it's Korean teppanyaki, but like the that's Japanese, I'm pretty sure, but like the skewered meat, the Korean barbecue beef.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That like heavy red sauce.
Oh, that might be like more like Taiwanese or like Thai.
Okay.
Yeah. Korean people, we
Korean barbecue real? Like that
Korean barbecue is real. Yeah.
I've been to one Korean barbecue restaurant in my life and it was delicious.
Oh really?
Oh my god, it was so good.
Which one did you go to?
This was in Port Charlotte on like the other side of Florida.
Okay.
I cannot remember the name of it though. This was like years ago. And I went and it was like Korean barbecue and they made it fresh like in the restaurant and it was so good, like delicious.
Korean barbecue is amazing. Yeah. Like so like in Korea, like when we do Korean barbecue, like it's like they give you like a charcoal in the center. And like some like nowadays I think they'll use electric, but like a really good Korean barbecue place, you go and it's like a table and you like there's like this charcoal that's like a big can, like a cylinder shape. Put it in the middle and the main ingredient, like the marinade in Korean barbecue is like sesame oil.
Gotcha.
Sesame oil, ginger, and then soy. So like, and they sweeten it up a little bit.
I was about to say sweetness.
Yeah, a little sweet, but also like we love to eat like just like meat that's just like sliced thin.
Yeah, that's true. Sliced thin meats, which I prefer that. I like thinly sliced meat over like thick steak pieces and stuff. That's just not my preference. I like thin meat.
Yeah, it has to also do with like the Korean culture. The history of Korea, where we weren't really a rich country, and it was like a third, second world country till like even through like the 1990s, right?
Yeah.
And people couldn't afford that much meat, so usually they slice thin and then just cook it and then eat it with rice, so it's more filling. But a lot of it, like Korean barbecue, kind of started with pork belly. Yeah.
And pork belly's delicious.
Yeah. Sliced in pork belly. On
Yeah.
with like, cheap. And it's like...
What's your favorite Korean food? Like, if you had to say, like, your favorite true, authentic Korean food, what would it be?
like, I vividly remember really enjoying, like, this dish called jjajangmyeon. Mm-hmm. It's like a black soybean paste noodle. It's like considered Chinese Korean.
Okay.
But in China, this dish is totally different.
Gotcha.
But in Korea, it's more like, it's a little bit more, it has more ingredients, cabbage and carrots and so on. They use pork, and it's like a noodle dish.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
Yeah, they have it in like a lot of Korean restaurants. But
Yeah, so what is like the buldak ramen? Is that technically Korean? What is that?
Budak is like a new like ramen flavor.
Yeah, it's taking over.
It's taken over. So like pul means fire, like hot. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like, and then like untak means chicken.
Oh, okay.
So like purdak is fire chicken. So that fire chicken ramen. So it's like
Gotcha.
that purdak ramen is like chicken based flavor.
It's always like a bouillon, but it's spicy.
Yeah.
Is bibimbap?
Bibimbap's Korean.
Yeah,
That's like a very traditional Korean.
Yeah,
meal,
Oh,
like-
okay.
Yeah.
I follow
Okay.
this guy. I think he might be Korean. He's from Philly, and he has this like thick, like northeastern accent, and he's like always like, let's make bibimbap for
Yeah.
$4.
Yeah.
And like he's super.
Who is that guy?
I'll find his page and send it to him because he's super popular, and I follow him, so I
Okay.
know I'll be able to find
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But isn't bulgogi Korean too?
Bulgogi's Korean.
dude.
That's like
Bulgogi's delicious.
So bulgogi is like a marinade.
Yes.
So you have bulgogi beef,
That's what I had at the
bulgogi
Korean
chicken.
barbecue.
Yeah,
Was like what is it?
Bulgogi.
Yeah, bulgogi, like beef, I think it
Yeah.
was, or some sort, and it was literally so. And they had like small sesame seeds on it, and like so
Yeah.
it was like crunchy kind
Yeah.
of, and like with rice.
Yeah.
The original
Delicious.
owners of 4th Street filling station on Cocoa Beach, because now it's changed and it's not as good. But at 4th Street filling station, they used to have a bulgogi taco bowl or give it as tacos, and it used to be so good. Now it's like
Oh really?
I don't know. They must have got a new chef who changed the recipe, but wanted to keep it on the menu or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's way different, but man, it was so good. And I've had traditional bulgogi. Philly has a bunch of Korean.
Oh
restaurants, and I've had it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
forgot
best
that.
friend was stationed in Korea for a while
okay.
in the Air Force, so she like would FaceTime me all the time and take pictures. I actually have a pair of Crocs that are like right next to you. Those platform Crocs are from Korea, actually.
really?
Yeah, she bought me those in Korea because she was stationed there, and she would always send me pictures. It looks so beautiful. Have you been back as an adult?
I haven't been back recently because I have to like Korea has like a mandatory military. Oh. And like I'm having a kid. I don't really can't go to the military right now, so like,
Gotcha.
I filed an extension for the military.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
I
Wait, are you in
recently-
the military now?
No, I work for like a software company now.
Okay, gotcha. That's
Hoping
cool.
the sauce takes off.
It's coming, brother. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that because
Yeah.
you were the owner of Tapped Sauce, which is like a Jiu Jitsu inspired, Asian inspired sauce
Yeah.
company, and
Yeah.
you make hot sauce and cooking sauce too. So tell me about that. How did you come up with the idea? How did you get started? How long has it
So,
been around?
We started in like 3 years ago, and I've been making the red sauce armbar for a while.
Okay.
And it's been like something I always make because I like curry flavor a lot.
Okay.
And it goes really well with like burritos. It goes well with like.
Yeah, he ate it in like 3 days. I didn't even get to try it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, he had it, and
try
I
this
literally
one.
didn't get to try it.
And I started jujitsu like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, this is cool. And like, I was just like putting this Avery sticker on and giving it to my friends. It's like, what should I name it? And I just like wrote down armbar, and I was like giving it to friends because it was like a kind of cool, it was cool to name a sauce after a jiu-jitsu submission. So I ended up just giving it out, and my buddy, which is my business partner now, he was like, oh, you should like start a company doing it. And I was like, that's actually a good idea. He was
Yeah.
like joking around, and I was like, I actually might do that. And he's like, I was like, what should I name it? And it's like tap. He said tapped in, and I was like, all right, let's just do tapped, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like nice and simple, and that's how it began, like very organically.
So you
and
were
then-
making this sauce like at home
Yeah.
and for people. Like people were like, I want that sauce
Well,
that you make.
Honestly, for myself.
Gotcha.
And then,
Yeah,
like when you make a batch. Yeah, when you make a batch, you have like 6, 8
bunch left.
bottles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here, have one. It's like good gifts.
Gotcha.
And it's kind
What's crazy is I bought it from you I'm not like trying to pat myself on the back. I bought it from you like as a support thing. Like I had tried it a couple times at a restaurant and like it was always good, but I had no idea, and I didn't even know that it was that sauce.
At a restaurant.
Yeah, you're in a bunch of local spots. Too.
we were. I think the restaurant. Maybe have you been to like that poke truck by next to the Kava?
Not Kona. What's the name of it?
We got it as like a gift. It was like at work.
Oh, really?
And somebody was like, "Hey, this is a local sauce company."
Yeah.
That's how I discovered that you were you, because I thought you were like famous. I remember like seeing your brand, because I think it's really clever that like you came out with like the tapped in thing or whatever, and tapped also has a reference to like heat, because some people say like, "Oh, I tapped, it was too hot," like in hot sauce. And it's very clever. And I remember like it left my brain for a while after I had tried it, and then when I bought it from you, I thought it was just a standard cayenne pepper red sauce, you know, just like your vinegar based like hot sauce. And then we got home, I put it on a burrito, I ate it, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked at the bottle, and I was like, ginger and Fuji apple, what the fuck? Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, sorry,
we definitely
really
add
cool.
just like taking out stripping all the bad ingredients and adding good ingredients. And eating natural flavored stuff tastes so much better in the long run. And you feel more comfortable eating it.
Yeah, that's
like,
so true.
Because like sometimes like even though something could be so tasty, you eat it and you could just like mentally, even though if it's really not bad for you, it could just make you feel like crappy.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Like, just like that, but like I guess like this better state of mind.
Yeah, 100%. And sauces, like condiments in general, are such a slippery slope because like we are condiment people. Like our whole side of the fridge is just condiments.
Yeah.
Any sauce you could think of, we have because we love condiments. Like that's just what it is, but it's really hard to find condiments when you're trying to eat healthy that are good for you, that you can eat, you know, a good amount of, and with a lot of things it's difficult. And so these are perfect.
Because I do the same thing. Like if you go in the fridge, like on top of the microwave right now is an empty like squeeze bottle, and then like in the fridge, like I make my own salad dressings because I'm tired of soybean oil and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I use like high grade olive oil and make all that. Yeah. And I make like our own like garlic aioli, so that because everything is just filled with soybean oil, and like we still have, you know what I mean, bad stuff that like, for every once in a while, but man, inflammation and what it does to your mental health, and just like not
that's so true. That's really cool. So then you decided like I'm gonna start this company, Tapped. So what did you have to do? Like I know with pre-packaging things, it can be really simple, but sometimes it can be really hard. Like when you're making things.
We really didn't like think too much about it. And I'm like the type of person who just like wants to do it, and like I'll just kind of like do it without planning, which is not a good trait. But I just put a label on it, and then just started giving it out to friends, and people were like, "Oh, you should give it out to this person and give this to," and then like my buddy Jason, he's in CrossFit, and one of the people really liked it and spoke to an owner of like a local Melbourne store called Raintree here, and that was like our first store that we got in.
That you got into,
this could be an actual business, and then I didn't know that if I'm like selling sauces or anything that it's gonna become a chore. Yeah,
100%.
It becomes definitely a chore when you're making like 60, 70 bottles every week.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, we kind of evolved from that, and now like we're making all these from a factory and everything.
Yeah, that's so awesome. When you can make the jump from I'm in my kitchen to now I'm in a factory, and like make the jump of that is so insane. That's so cool.
We were very happy when that happened.
That's awesome.
Probably just also proof of concept for scale too.
Yeah.
Now instead of like, man, if we doubled in business and I'm making it out of the kitchen, like that would be awful.
Yeah.
Now, all you gotta do is just pay more for them to make more.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very like different mindset when you have to make the sauces and sell it, instead of like you already have as much sauces available and you could sell it, and like you really want to sell more. Yeah,
100%. And it's like you don't want to prohibit yourself in any way.
Yeah.
And because you have like
my wife didn't like me making hot sauces in the house. Like, she's pregnant right now, and she didn't want I don't want the house to smell like sauces. So
exactly.
This is perfect timing.
And the mess and everything, like cleaning all the time, and it can be truly exhausting because you have 4 sauces now. You have armbar, and then you have
this is the bow and arrow.
The bow and arrow.
And then we have 2 chili oils. Like right now we're actually working with the factory, and those are Kimura and Dars, and they're all Jiu Jitsu submissions. Yeah,
which is so cool. That's awesome. It's a very niche like thing, but it's so smart because it's like yeah, I just think it's really cool. It's so creative, it's so unique, it's so interesting, and coming from someone that's in marketing, the packaging, the pictures, the website, it's beautiful. It looks so good, because a lot of times like people will have an amazing product, but they'll slack on the website or their social media presence, and yours is like top notch, one of the best I've ever seen. Like as far as just how everything looks, the aesthetic of the brand is really, really cool.
We really like try to be mindful of like the brand and like how it looks, how it feels, because I really want it to be like simple and not like too in your face kind of brand, because sometimes all that extra noise I feel like gets in the way of who you really are. So that's why we kept the brand really simple.
Gotcha.
It's intrinsically clever too, so it doesn't really need much. Like I love not only that you name them after submissions, because again, like even though I've tried both of those, and I don't know if you have one that's like a nuclear hot, you know what I mean, in mind, but like even that, like it doesn't necessarily have to be that, because just relating submissions and like tapping out or to a hot sauce brand is just so it doesn't need all the fluff.
And for someone like me too, like I'll be honest, I hate spicy food. I don't eat spicy food. I don't like hot sauce. I avoid it at all costs. We're gonna do the wing challenge later, so that's gonna be the first time I've ever like, it'll actually genuinely be the first time that I'm like, I'm gonna eat spicy food intentionally. So this will be interesting. But you had, I think it was either Kamara or Darce, I can't remember which one it is, but it's not spicy. It's like black garlic.
The black garlic is like,
which one is that one?
That's the Kimura.
Yeah. That one is delicious. Like it's so good. It's not spicy at all. I could put it on things, eat it in things, and it's delicious. Really, really yummy.
The black garlic was our second chili oil. Like we first did a Darce, which is more classic Szechuan chili oil, and then we ended up doing the black garlic because we wanted something more fun and verbose and bold. So we wanted to add some cool ingredients to it.
Yes.
So like,
how deliberate you are too about calling it a sauce company and not a hot sauce company.
Yeah, you were smart for that, because it didn't like, box you in.
To me, it's not a hot sauce. Like, I mean, first of all, it's not very spicy. Like, it doesn't have like a kick.
To him, he eats
but it also
like crazy stuff.
Abundantly flavorful and complex. Like you could put it into a soup, and like if a broth tasted like that, I would be completely.
Exactly. That and like a chicken soup.
Oh,
yeah, so that's awesome.
It adds a little hint of curry in it.
So Tapped has been around. So you started Tapped 3 years ago. Wow, that's so crazy. I feel like you've like had a lot of success in the 3 years. I know people that have been doing something for 10 years and aren't as far as you.
I mean, like we're. I feel like for us, in the grand scheme of things, we still feel like we're lacking a lot of areas. And,
you're always gonna feel that way,
but if I look at it in the big picture, like we see, like we have got into more retail and so on.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
Like, hoping like even starting from today at this moment, we grow a lot exponentially this year, and we're really trying to take bigger steps on scaling the business, because we want our sauces to be known everywhere. You know? And also like beyond jiu-jitsu too, more in like, I know our hot sauces are like more like jiu-jitsu centric, but we also want to tap in into other sports and other MMA sports like boxing and even like running, endurance running, and so on. But we wanted to just our brand to be known as a company that makes good, flavorful sauces and products. Because it's hard to like, especially Asian food has kind of a bad rep in the last 2-3 decades, like MSG and so on.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I kind of wanted to change that to like have Asian food could be flavorful and also healthy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people see Chinese food and it's like it's bad for you, and I get it, it's fried and it's MSG and so on, but like it doesn't have to be that way, because I grew up eating really great, delicious Asian food. My mom does like Korean food catering for a living, and
oh wow, that's cool.
And I grew up cooking from her, and she doesn't use MSG or anything, but people love her food. So
does she live like in America, or she
lives in America? She lives in South Florida.
Cool. And she has like a Korean catering company. That's Korean awesome. Does she use your sauce?
She really likes the bow and arrow. So the bow and arrow uses miso in one of its primary ingredients. So what miso does to the sauce, it like habanero is like very spicy and it's like I guess like pokey, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the miso like rounds out the flavor.
Okay, so it's not as like tingly and intense.
Korean people love dipping. Like we have a Korean miso paste called doenjang.
Okay.
And like it's like miso, like, but it's a Korean version.
Gotcha.
So we make a sauce out of that with like sesame oil and like chilies and garlic, and we call it samjang. You probably had it when you had a Korean barbecue.
Gotcha.
And miso does really well with like pork and like even like seafood. So that with like meats are really good.
Yeah, that's super interesting. That's really, really cool.
I love that you're incorporating something very specific and deliberate into each sauce, because like a lot of hot sauces are just ground chilies and vinegar and spices. You know what I mean? And like there's a million different ways to do that. Very similar to like barbecue sauce. Sauce. Everybody has their own mix of mustard, ketchup, and
exactly. It's just different ratios.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's really cool too. Like on your website, you have like recipes too, like so people can make certain things that are feasible meals with the sauce too. I think that's really interesting because a lot of people like, I feel like just certain sauce companies kind of leave you to your own, devices, and whatever you want to do with the sauce, you do with it. But I think it's cool whenever you like make it a full experience. Like you get the sauce, here's, a recipe you can make with the sauce to really bring it all the way home. I think that's really cool.
It was a big challenge too, like because like hot sauces are a little bit more easier to use because everyone knows about it, but chili oil is like very new.
Chili oil is unique.
So that's why we decided to like do those recipes, because like one big question we always get when we do events and farmers markets and so on is like, how do I use this? Like, do I need to cook with it?
Yeah.
Like, if you think of oil, people think you have to cook with it.
Right.
But you don't have to cook it. We just use it as like a condiment.
Yeah. Because I tried it.
What?
That's the more common, right?
Yeah, that's the more common for chili. Yeah. You just use it as a condiment.
Even if you like put it as like a topping on a sandwich or like something like that. Because I ate it with a dumpling and it was like perfect that way. It was delicious.
It's like the perfect vehicle.
Yeah, I know. And then you're like, try my sauce. Here's some fresh hot dumplings.
Yeah.
Like he's with it, bro. He's
how we
selling
get
it. Yeah, I'm like the fresh dumplings. No, that's so cool. That's really, really cool. So what do you feel like's been your biggest challenge like over the 3 years?
Over the 3 years, like the biggest challenge is like obviously like scaling the product and getting from home kitchen to a factory.
Yeah.
Also, marketing has been a big challenge because marketing is hard and you need a lot
difficult.
of financial backing to actually really do marketing in a big scale.
Yeah.
So we invested in some cameras and we were just trying to do what we can best, what we have now.
Yeah. So all the pictures and everything is you, I'm assuming, because you're like a really good photographer too, which is so helpful.
Me and my buddy Jason.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Yeah. It's very creative, and like having the ghee with like the black belt in front of the sauce, like it's really unique. Like it's cool. I think it's like
we definitely want to marry those two worlds together.
Yeah, and it's so doable because I feel like the MMA community is really big about eating healthy, and when you're prepping and things like that, it's all food based, a lot of it. So it's like it really helps a lot with that. But I know you want to go bigger, which is great, and I feel like you're going. Now is a perfect time because I feel like sports and MMA and all those things are so popular right now, and healthy eating, healthy living is like super. It goes through periods. I feel like healthy eating is always popular, but like different trends and things that are like of topics right now. And a lot of the food that we're eating, especially with inflation, is a huge topic right now. People are paying attention to it and looking at things and realizing whole foods are actually cheaper to eat right now, and they're better for you.
Yeah.
And it's tough, like in a financial economy where it's like if I buy a rotisserie chicken, or just regular chicken breasts and tortillas, I can make myself meals for 3 days versus going to Zaxby's or McDonald's. Yeah. It's not cheap anymore.
I think it's just education too. Like how they say, everybody always talks about like with more technology comes more education. People know more about. I mean, Jiu Jitsu is a great example. I mean, dude, 20 years ago, like if you were a black belt, like you were like one of 10 in the whole state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now with education and with technology, people can learn an arm bar or a bow and arrow on YouTube and like actually use it.
And so many people do Jiu Jitsu. Like so many.
the same thing happens with, you know, anything else. You know, it just, you get more people to understand something, so it's gonna build faster and move quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like
Do you feel like you're like people are like asking you about the sauces, like you're getting recognized more? Do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially like locally, like I do run into people like that are like, oh, I tried your sauces before. I'm like, how? Like for me, I'm still, I feel like we just started the company.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh,
3 years is still like, yeah, it went by so fast,
Yeah.
I'm
You like,
sure.
you have met them. Like, yeah. Sell it to you.
like,
Get it from
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
I didn't come to
Who's
your
selling
house.
my sauces?
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is cool. But that really like drives me
Of course,
to like,
yeah.
there is potential. There is like a lot of it's self doubt, right? It's,
Yeah.
like, a lot of everything that we do is self doubt. And,
Yeah.
sometimes like I have this thing, and sometimes I'm like, maybe it doesn't work, but like moments like that really like pushes me to like, all right, this is gonna work, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like too, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm so sorry to take a step back, but I realized I ran off on a train and didn't finish that thought. What I was actually saying before was the education thing is also in regards to like just people didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the 90s and early 2000s, I feel like words like calorie deficit, calorie surplus, fucking intake, people talking about carbs, fats, and proteins. Like people talking about like any of those things, those type of phrases that we all know and love that people see as like hot words, they're reality.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you ask somebody who was a bodybuilder in the early 90s, like, hey, how do you stay lean? And they're gonna tell you like, eat whole foods, be in a calorie deficit, sauna and ice bath if they were like really ahead of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now these things are like fads, but in reality the reason they're fads is because they work. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
for
now-
sure.
And then it births into like consistency over motivation's a fad now. Because for 30 years people were like, oh, you gotta get motivated, and people watch these motivational videos or whatever, and now people are like really like being honest with ourselves and saying like, hey, you know, that fast car, that girl, that's not gonna like motivate you. It's
Yeah.
all about like glass half full, glass, you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have days where you feel great and days where you don't, but as long as you show up, and the same thing in business, jiu-jitsu, comedy, it's like, those type of conversations weren't being had because there wasn't a volume of people to be like, hey, this guy's right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
For there to be a guy like David Goggins, there really did have to be 2 million people to be like, hey, in like the 90s and early 2000s, a sergeant yelling at us like,
Yeah.
get hard, stay hard. That wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Like now it's real because it's like, no, genuinely, like that is what has to happen. Like
Yeah.
you have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and rub the crust out of your eyes and go for a jog
Yeah.
and take an ice bath, like, or you're gonna be like soft bodied and normal.
Yeah.
Like, that's like,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I took an ice
Especially,
bath
like-
before I got here today.
Oh, really?
Cold shower. She tells me like she'll hear me at 9 o'clock in the morning every morning. I'm in there going. Like,
You gotta come over my place. I have a ice bath.
Yeah,
so
we were
it's-
literally
If
just
it's
talking
outside,
about
you
it.
might catch me in that
It's
motherfucker.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, we've literally been talking about it, like that we want like an ice plunge like
Yeah.
tub so
Yeah.
bad because I see so many people with it and it just seems so convenient and nice to have.
It's
like,
life-changing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's crazy. That's so awesome though.
But
and
y-
I feel like too, what I was gonna say is I feel like your wife too being so supportive has to be like the biggest help too.
Oh, yeah,
We've
she's
had a
been-
couple people on that are like, you know, business owners or things, and they always have a wife that's like extremely supportive, and
Yeah.
it seems like that like
Yeah. I mean,
is the common denominator.
if she wasn't supportive, I don't think I'd be here.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You know, like it's hard to do if there is backlash within
Yeah.
like family, and my wife has been nothing but supportive on everything I do.
Yeah, she's
and-
standing out there in the hot sun, pregnant, and is like,
Yeah.
"You guys want some sauce?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
she's
"Period."
such like a trooper.
Yeah.
And I every time we have events, she's like, yeah, like she'll come help us out and
Yeah.
so on. And yeah, it's I'm really thankful like I
Yeah.
have that because I heard like a quote from someone like a long time ago. It's like those most successful like people in like life, they have like strong women.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's what
it's
I was
like-
literally just
yeah.
talking to another guest about. Was like every successful man has a strong woman behind
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You know, because it is it's necessary, like
Yeah.
to be a team, really. Yeah.
And also like I feel like I need to clarify like just being strong like both between her and I is not just like nothing bothers us.
right.
Like a lot of things I feel like will bother people when you're raising a family and have a company and so on, but like I think the key was like she knows how to like help, but also go through it with me.
Yeah,
which is nice. Like really thankful for me, like to have that.
Definitely, especially when you're going through like the ups and downs of having a business and the frustrations and
time is like the most valuable thing.
Time and anxiety and money and like everything that comes with it. Like you're saying, like I have my day job and I'm doing this, and you don't know if it's gonna work, and you're like hoping that it does, and that's also the like anxiety that it holds. It's I really need this to work, and you like want to do everything, and if it doesn't, it's like heartbreaking. But if it does, then it's like that's even more anxiety. Like, what do you mean this is gonna have to happen? And now I need employees in a warehouse, and it's like there's so much goes into it.
Well, and a lot of that, and kind of like it gives full circle. Like it's like food is something that we kind of like enjoy, and it's like an escape from all that reality too.
Yeah.
So that's why like food shouldn't be something that like ties you down and break, like, you know, like gives you a negative feedback from it. That's why like using good healthy ingredients that doesn't really affect your like that gives you more stress is, I think, is the problem that we also want to solve. You know? Like
definitely. I think that there should be like a topic of discussion about it, because me and Jake have been like on a diet and healthy living journey lately, especially more intense within the last couple of weeks. And that's included like no fast food, no McDonald's, no, you know, Taco Bell, any of those things, because as a comedian that's like out late at night and in bars and staying up late, it's so easy to it's just your life. Like you just eat like crap, you drink, and then you go to work, and then you do it all over again the next day. And so like us making sure that we're eating whole foods and meal prepping and like, you know, all of that, and not drinking and getting sleep, prioritizing sleep, and all of that has just been really life-changing. Like I feel a lot different. Today I was sluggish and sleeping, but
she had an event the other day, and like I brought it to her attention because she was like, I was at this event, and like I knew I couldn't eat the whole thing, but I took a bite of something and it was like really like crazy sweet, and I was like, but like you also got to remember that you haven't had any processed carbs or sugar in like 3 weeks. And she was like, holy shit.
So this bite of ice cream cake was like, that's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. Like,
I'll make it less than 60 seconds, but I don't know if you know, but like I used to be almost 400 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the way up until about 22 years old, I was 400 pounds.
Wow.
Like 380, 390, 400. And I literally discovered Jiu Jitsu. I maybe lost like 20 pounds at that point. I had started a ketogenic diet, and I lost like 30 pounds. Just somebody told me to do it. I did it, lost 30 pounds. I was like, holy shit, I'm going to keep doing this, right? So I started Jiu Jitsu and did that, and within like a year and a half, I lost 150 pounds. I went from like 390 to like 225, 230, something
Holy
like that. A little over 150 pounds.
That's crazy.
So I was like, I have binge eating disorder. I understood nutrition. Like I dug into, I'm such a nerd. Like if I'm obsessed with something, I'm just going to always find the end of it. And so like I understood it really well, and I was also training heavily, and then like tore my ribs, intercostal muscles. I was out for 6 months, caught staph pretty bad, was out for a couple more months. And I've just been like in and out of my training and haven't really been able to go hard except for like probably the last 6 months. And in the past 6 months, I've lost like 40 more pounds.
Wow.
I'm back down to like probably like 275, 280. But the thing is that like I'm really in the know. Like that's the thing, is that like what you were just saying about like it not making you feel bad. Food shouldn't be a negative thing. You can ask her, like, we make food, and I'll be like, what do you want? Like if there was no restriction, like what do you want? And like where do we meet that with, like, is it Whole Foods? I follow this guy. I'm sorry to like ramble. I'll stop. There's a guy I follow on TikTok. His name's Higher Up Wellness. If you're on TikTok and you're in the fitness community, you've seen him before. He's this white kid with glasses, and he says this phrase where he says it's not easy, but it is simple. And like he has these rules where he's like, he talks about walking, like we're about to go for a walk after this, and he also talks about eating whole foods. If it didn't grow on a tree, grow on the ground, or have a mom and dad, don't eat it. And so like that's just, again, it's an education thing. Like people don't have the ability to know that that's all it takes. Hey, bro. Like
it's crazy.
If you just follow those 4 rules, and remember, I always make these things about jiu-jitsu. It's like if you're in side control and you want to get to an armbar, and a black belt tells you, if you do these 4 things and you do all of them right, you're going to armbar that guy. It's the same thing with your diet. It's like, bro, if you walk 10,000 steps a day, you drink close to a gallon of water, if your body weight attests to it, you eat your protein goal, and you only eat whole foods, there's absolutely no way that you won't feel better. you're at a calorie surplus and you still keep all the body fat on, you're going to be filling it in with good fats.
Yeah.
Good things like, but it's just, you're going to feel better. Like,
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, like, it's so important.
Like, that's like the main focus, like for us is like trying to eat whole foods, better ingredients, and feel like I'm doing a Papa John's commercial. But yeah, it's like having whole foods in your diet and just like eating none of that processed stuff really like helps tremendously. No matter how much you eat, like I put on like 10 pounds in the last couple of months, and I think that's just dad weight. But, even though like I don't really eat a lot of junk. Occasionally, I'll eat like something sweet, ice cream or so on. That's like
you gotta have it.
Yeah, I gotta have it. But realistically, I eat a lot of rice. I eat a lot of like meats and so on. And if I eat a lot of it, like I don't really gain too much weight.
Right.
It's just like I try to like, I think our body, like if you eat a certain food like continuously, and it kind of like gets used to it.
Yeah,
too.
100%.
And you're like, it knows how to process those carbs and protein like more efficiently.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an interesting point. I've never thought
it is really true though. Yeah. And it also has to do, like, it's also crazy too, because a lot of people don't understand that it also has to do with like your heritage, your blood type, your ethnicity, like everything. Like
I grew up eating rice.
Exactly.
Like, you probably did too, like as a Mexican, right?
Yeah,
like,
100%. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
so like
2 pounds of rice and I'll be fine. I'm sorry for everyone who's not like that. But
dude,
like,
chicken and rice, I'm straight, brother.
Yeah.
Like I love chicken and rice, and that's
my favorite thing to eat.
Ate it all the time. And so like other people view rice as bad, but it's not bad. Rice is amazing.
Also, like I also like over the last couple of years, not years, like 10 years with my wife, and like she's Italian, and like she likes pasta and all that, and she couldn't really do a lot of rice. Like, when we first started living together, and like I'm like the rice every meal kind of guy, but like the more she had it, I think the more used to she got. She's able to like process it better. And
there's so many types of rice too. There's like yellow rice, cilantro rice, brown rice, white rice, like jasmine rice. I mean, there's so many kinds of rice that have so many different flavors that you could eat with anything, and it's literally so good.
I think that brings me to the other point that like it also depends on how you're eating it too. Like, what are you eating it with? What's your water consumption? When are you eating it? You know, like, I think that like a lot of times people don't take that into consideration too. They're like, oh, but I ate like one meal today, and and you're like, dude, you ate like 3 potatoes and 2 bowls of rice. Like, you had to sleep on that. Your body just got like 400 carbs, and it was like, let's go lift some weights. And you're like, I'm going to sleep. Like, that's not, you know what I mean?
I love like yellow rice too. I love yellow rice. Like
I kind of treat carbs like caffeine now, where like I don't eat them like later in the day.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like dinner's mainly like a salad, with, like meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to have something light in me. Yeah. But, like if you eat like potatoes with your breakfast before a workout, or like you know, like you're gonna burn that.
It's great. I feel so much better.
Yeah, it's like drinking. Yeah, it's like drinking an energy drink. You feel great. Yeah.
I don't really do like pre-workout when I work out.
Oh, I used to do pre-workout. I got addicted to pre-workout. I was doing pre-workout before my Ruby Tuesdays shift.
Coffee?
Like I was literally
slippery slope.
It was terrible, and I was so addicted to it, like feverishly addicted to it. I could not go a single day without pre-workout, and I like the itchiness. I loved it because former drug addict. So I was like, dude, I can switch out pre-workout for Coke. Hell yeah. Like I can just interchange them, dude. I'm over here snorting ghost fucking pre-workout powder. Just the like ocean breeze. Yeah.
You pull into the gym, you look out your window, and she's just like,
oh yeah.
It's like pink.
Yeah. I'm like snorting lines of ocean water ghost pre-workout. And it's like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like feverishly addicted to it. But then I started noticing I started having way more anxiety attacks than I was having before, like painful anxiety attacks. And I was telling my therapist about it, and I'm like, dude, like this anxiety is coming out of nowhere. And she's like, are you sure it's not the Tito's, Coke, and pre-workout? And I'm like, I should have maybe thought about that. And so then she was like asking me about the energy, like caffeine consumption. And so we were going through it, and I was consuming enough caffeine a day to kill somebody. Like,
oh my God.
If an infant, literally, I looked it up. If an infant had consumed how much caffeine, it would die.
Oh my God.
100%.
Like, in just one day, the infant would completely die.
I love caffeine too.
Yeah, it's bad.
I feel like anyone who loves caffeine fight that every day.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to be up. Like, I want to be awake. Yeah.
I've had a few gram days, like 1,000 milligram days. Like,
Shoot.
I've done a 5 Celsius.
See,
day.
now
5
that'll kill me.
Celsius?
Yeah, like
oh
a
my
Yeah,
God.
that'll kill me.
Like that, I've done that like 3 or 4 times. But I had like clinical insomnia when I was in high school and shit. So like I'm in the trenches with it.
Yeah.
And like I've also with pre-workout probably done way too much. I'm like double scoop in my morning workout, a scoop before jiu-jitsu, and then a double scoop before my
gosh.
workout, like probably another 1,000.
And then, like, Selena, it's not baby formula. Like, what are you doing? You're over here scooping it like it's something crazy.
That fucking pre-jiu-jitsu caffeine, because now that I'm I'm a light caffeine guy. Like I'm a very like 2 cups of coffee in the morning that are mixed with and then nothing after noon or 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? But like. Man, I'll go to jiu-jitsu practice at 6:30 at night, and there's a kid scooping pre-workout. I'm like,
God.
what
Yeah.
are you doing?
And you're just literally in your bed with heart palpitations enough to kill someone, and you're like, what's going on? Like, I started having heart palpitations at like 22.
Oh my God.
And I literally was like telling my doctor, like, yeah, I'm standing on my side and my heart is like, I can hear it. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you got to stop. Like, you're going to die.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's like a big trend, like, in like energy drinks nowadays.
Yeah,
right?
huge.
And everything's like fueled with caffeine and like taurine.
Yeah.
Taurine's so bad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do taurine. Like, it's like gets you so jittery, and pre-workouts like if you want the jitter and like that feeling of jitterness, I'm like, just take beta alanine and like just do that beta alanine on the side. Like,
At this point, go back to the fucking 80s, just do some crack, dude. It's like, I don't understand. They're over here, like, they want to talk about all this stuff that's so bad for you. It's like back in the 80s whenever people were just like, you know, smoking cigarettes, like, just go back to that. At this point, that's healthier than like what we're doing to ourselves now.
For me, like, my favorite was like rice, just like treating rice like a pre-workout. If I'm going for a run,
You just see him in the Anytime Fitness
literally,
parking
not a
lot
lot.
scooping
I'll
rice.
have like just like a 2 spoonful of rice before I go work out.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like any Asian can just do that. Rice is like a pump up. Like, they're like,
it's
you know
like a
what?
fast, simple sugar. And like, I ran a marathon last year. And
Oh, really?
yeah. And
Wow.
like our body needs sugar to like, you know, function. Like, you know, I've done keto, I've done carnivore, I've done vegetarian for like a year.
Okay.
And like, I try different diets, and like, our body needs rice. Like, it's like, I mean, our body needs carbs.
Yeah.
You know? So like, I think we just like,
unless
it's like,
you want to just perpetually feel like
yeah, exactly. Like, and if you want to like, like, especially like doing sports like jiu-jitsu, and,
Yeah.
like, something that's very high intensity and explosive, having a little bit of simple sugar in your body, like, it helps tremendously.
Yeah.
If not, you start getting hurt, I feel like.
Yeah, and you start having less energy, less stamina. Like, you notice that part. Yeah.
And that's why
I like how I'm over here talking like, no, yeah, jiu-jitsu practice, I'm there.
she knows how I operate. Like,
Yeah.
I've never done jiu-jitsu in my life. I would never.
like, today was probably the first day I've eaten carbs in like a week, and I don't mean like carbs. Like, I obviously get.
He had
carbs.
sweet potato.
Yeah.
I get carbs in my diet from like low carb tortillas that are high in fiber and like vegetables. I eat a lot of like just vegetables, so like, I'm getting 30 to 50 grams a day. I'm not like zeroing carnivoring myself out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But regardless, like I ate we had a sweet potato bowl, but I knew it was because I have comp training today. And it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, if I eat a half a handful of sweet potato, I'm about to burn it. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
Yeah, and you
easy.
have to have it. Yeah, you
fuel.
But when I
got
was
to.
22 then, and I was crashing, like when I was 400 pounds and I was crashing out, and like, you know, I would like, and I had some money too, so I would literally like, I would fucking wake up in the morning and eat a ribeye, and then like work all day, train 2 hard trainings of jiu-jitsu and weightlifting, and then eat 2 ribeyes for dinner and not have a single
Carb.
I'm not even putting sauce on
Yeah.
it. You know what
I mean, that probably helped you lose a lot of weight,
It
though.
definitely
Yeah.
kickstarted the weight loss. But
Yeah.
man, like,
Definitely.
you are miserable. Like,
You're
I was
miserable.
getting lightheaded. Like, you know,
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
Especially if you're not taking like vitamins or anything
Yeah.
too. You have to be like on the vitamins for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where do
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, where do you feel like you see Tapped in like the next 5 years? Like 5 years, 10 years, where do you feel like you see Tapped?
So like next 5 years, I want to be in more retail.
Okay.
In like Florida, and hopefully get into more distributions.
Yeah.
Centers. So that way we'll be able to be.
Have you ever thought about going on Shark Tank?
I have thought about it, but it's like, I think a lot of people on Shark Tank, it's like something new in the industry.
Yeah,
right?
that's
it's
true.
Like a technology
Like
and so on.
almost,
Invention. So it's like, this is not an invention. It's more of something that we want to do better.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So you want to be in more retail stores. What's like your dream store you want to be in? Like nationwide?
Nationwide, I would love to be in Whole Foods.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I grew up going to Whole Foods a lot in South Florida, and I always like going through the shelves, and like when I go shopping, I don't like just like buy stuff. I just like look at all the labels.
Yeah.
That's like my main thing. Like I like to do is like go and see what the labels look like and what stand out. And
especially because you're in the industry now, so you're like, what are other people doing?
Works?
What's working? Yeah.
Hopefully, we want to get into a big store like that.
Okay.
Our hot sauces are kind of pricey too, and next few years, I think as our company grows and we make more, hopefully we could lower the price a little bit. I don't want to raise the price even more.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. Like when you're a small business, you do have to kind of scale the price a little bit because it's more expensive and you don't sell as many, so you got to pay for more stuff.
Yeah, we use like pretty pricier ingredients like shiitake mushrooms that are like very pricey. Miso's pricey, and also like we don't sweeten our hot sauces with sugar. We use monk fruit sugar, which is like almost triple triple the cost of regular sugar, but we do it for the benefit of your health. The only added sugar we use in our sauces is from pineapples, fruits like apples and Fuji apple and so on. So like that's circling back to what you guys were saying about the whole sugar thing. Like we don't want to add extra sugar that we don't need to. Like when we have fruits and stuff, and the monk fruit sugar was our way of like meeting halfway. Monk fruit sugar tastes very similar to regular sugar without tasting like stevia or sweetened though.
And you don't taste the like you don't taste the like processedness of it. It genuinely tastes like it was homemade.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like the best, and people will pay more for that. Definitely. Like
it's crazy how full circle the conversation is. We were just talking about Whole Foods, and I was just telling you. Just recently, we have been making those pre-coffee things with just a standard generic.
Sugar-free. This is horrible.
Sugar-free, dude, I didn't. You know, there's multiple products that are like this where they like the one that is very common is the cooking sprays. They'll say it's like 0 or 5 calories, but then it's got like 150 servings in the can, so it's like hidden calories.
Oh yeah.
Did you know they're doing that? That's how they do the 0 calorie, 0 sugar. Creamers. So coffee creamer, like any of the branded ones that say 0 sugar or say 0 calories, they actually, like the second ingredient is corn syrup, but they have that little cross that says adds a trivial amount. And then if you look on the label, it's like 1 or 2 grams of sugar per serving, but then they drop it from 2 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon, so there's 170 servings in this. It's like the regular bottle of creamer actually has like 250 grams of sugar in it.
That's insane.
And the second ingredient on the label, which you know it's by mass, is corn syrup. But since it's a trivial amount and they lowered the serving size, they can say it's 0 sugar, when in reality it's filled with processed white cane sugar, like corn syrup.
That's ridiculous.
So just recently, because we've been, I mean, I'm like I said, a little more educated on nutrition than the average bear, just because I took it so seriously, but not in a like sense of medical or schooling at all. I just really care, and so like I have forever been one by one eliminating things out of my diet. A lot of times people eliminate like salad dressings because that's one of the fad ones. People say, "Oh, just turn over the bottle, you'll see it's just fucking canola oil and and seasoning." And so I've been making my own salad dressings and actually my own hot sauces and stuff for a very long time, just because I don't like the seed oils. But one thing that I just switched to is instead of buying coffee and then like the 0 sugar creamer and making those batches, I just switched to like standard half and half or heavy cream organic. Lakanto, like the monk fruit sweetener. Because it's like the same thing except you don't get all the seed oils. All that high fructose corn syrup that they're lying to you about and saying.
I was like totally against. Like I went through that slippery slope of like getting into health and like nutrition and all that too. And one thing I really like felt when I tried these diets was like all that sugar that's in our diet that's hidden, right? Like so much hidden sugars, but even with like eating too much excess carbs and so on. There's
Right.
I mean, it all comes down to sugar, and I'm not saying sugar is the enemy, but it's like it's like caffeine. Like you shouldn't have too much of anything.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that like nutrition is so it's such a slippery slope too, because everything's a trad and or everything's like organic this, and they know hot words of what people are buying, and so they've been so smart about maneuvering their way and finding loopholes to sell you the exact same thing for the same price but for more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so it's crazy, and like how the FDA works and how like, you know, things go through a process, and when it's organic it goes through a whole different process that's way less regulated, and it's like, how is organic less regulated? Like, that makes no
crazy,
sense.
yeah.
And so like it's scary, genuinely scary.
Waters too, because when you think about it, some of it is very direct.
Yeah. And we appreciate that about you like being so intentional with the label, and like, I'm an honest company and I want people to know exactly what they're ingesting, and that's that alone will take you so far, just being honest, because it's hard to find that. Like,
yeah, that's like why I wanted to make a hot sauce brand that we don't have to. A lot of it's like a lot of hot sauce. Xanthan gum is a big ingredient.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of negative effect about xanthan gum. It's just more like crap.
Yeah. It's literally in everything
Yeah,
too.
and like there's like
seed oils too.
yeah, seed oils like citric acid and stuff. And I have like some gut issues, so I'm like trying to stay away from that kind of stuff. So it's like I use my sauces every day.
Yeah.
I am too.
Literally, they're delicious, like so good.
The thing I was saying though is that like some things, like how she mentioned that you're being direct and like honest about it. Some things in the industry that are labeled as those fad things are completely fine. Like if you follow the fitness industry, a lot of fitness influencers will tell you that diet sodas are good. You know, like they're okay. You know, like there's some chemicals in them, but none of them are genuinely linked to cancer. And if you're like on a super calorie like cut, like drink a fucking Diet Coke, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's got a little bit of
love Diet
caffeine in
Coke.
it. It's not terrible.
I drink Diet Coke sometimes.
Exactly. So like it's completely fine.
Yeah.
And so like that's where it gets you fucked up, because like as somebody who I've lost a lot of weight, and some people would say I've had success in like learning the nutrition of how to do it. The fucking creamer got me, dude. The sodas say 0 sugar, they're fine. The creamer says 0 sugar, filled with sugar.
It's so scary.
You know what's the biggest coffee hack? I like doing just black coffee. If you want a little bit of creamer, just get like heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
And then just like do like a little drop of heavy whipping cream. I don't think there's any sugar in heavy whipping cream.
There's carbs, but they're not. It's not like added sugar.
Yeah, and plus you need a little bit less because it's really
so
rich.
thick,
and so you only need a little bit,
because there's some fats in there.
Yeah, my whole family is like European, so coffee is like a sacred thing, and it's made just one specific way, and it's just black coffee with a little bit of cream, like half and half, or even just milk, like literally just a little bit of milk, and that's it, like, because you know we're buying Colombian coffee and like really really rich coffee, and so you have to love the taste of coffee, obviously. I've started to realize I don't think I love the taste of coffee, I love the taste of creamer. So I think I like a little bit of coffee with my creamer, and so I had to like cut back on that. And when you get good delicious coffee, you learn to like it. I like matcha too. I've been drinking a lot of matcha.
I love matcha too.
I love matcha.
Green tea. Like,
and it has less caffeine too.
I just drink green tea in the morning, and then I have coffee in the afternoon. After like lunch or something. And it's been
gives you that like midday boost when you want to take a nap.
Exactly.
Literally. That's really cool. I think that I think your brand's cool. I think you're gonna be. I can see you in Whole Foods. I can see you in Trader Joe's. I can see you in Target. I can see you all those places.
That would be amazing.
That would be. I think you can do it though. I 100% believe people that have an honest spirit and a heart for what they do, and they're honest people, like you're gonna go a lot farther than most, and I think that's always like the most important thing.
Like just trying to stay true to our brand, and just keep making, like, even beyond sauces.
What are like your goals? Like, what do you feel like else you want to do?
Definitely would love to like branch out to more products, and we don't know 100% what we want to do, but it's like even like coffee with, like not too much junk in it would be amazing, and other things that kind of like help people in their daily lives, like also like I don't want people to think, you know, like you don't want people to think about using our sauces, right? Like that's our main thing, just like taking all the friction out of like your daily lives. And like if you're on a diet and you're eating rice and chicken, right? You're a bodybuilder or something, you're an athlete and you want to just spice things up and without like worrying about like, you know, all this stuff on the bottle, then you could use it. Like we're trying to work on our next chili oils, and it's like before we were using sunflower oil, so we're switching everything over to olive oil.
Oh, okay.
Even though we're gonna have to bite the cost of a little bit more for olive oil, but that's like the direction we want to go to, like making things that are healthy and just take all the friction out of your life. You know?
And not have to like cause the stress of like, can I eat this? Can I eat that? You know that whatever our product is, you can always have it. That's really cool. Are you guys gonna expand? I know you already have like some merch. Are you all gonna expand like for more merch?
Yeah, we'll love to expand for more merch. And, selling merch is always fun. And
Tap shirt's good quality. One thing about it, so soft, good quality.
Brand wise too, man. Like you could really attack it. Like I'm not saying that like
I could see y'all making like some gis, some rash guards. That would be cool.
I also could see it being a huge part of your business. I don't mean this in like a disrespectful way because I know the sauce is the important part.
No, I don't understand.
Dude, like t-shirts are something that's like how you're talking about the friction of sales, and like I've done sales my whole life, and like hot sauce isn't everybody's product. T-shirts are. And dude, like your branding and like what you've already done shows what you could do in the future.
And the Asian culture just has like so many beautiful things.
Super big disservice not taking that like, serious, because I mean think about all the guys that like have like the tap, nap, or snap.
Exactly.
Like, tapped is a very cool phrase. I have a rash guard from Flowhole that just says should have tapped.
Oh really?
It's like a grave, right?
A grave should have tapped, and then it's a guy's hand or a skeleton's hand reaching out, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, not tapping.
He died from Jake's armbar.
I remember, like I've had that for years. I remember I discovered your brand, and I was like, man, like that's such a like the fact that you own it and you can like use that in your marketing is crazy. Like that's super cool. Like,
we would love to do more merch and like gis and rash guards and so on. And that's like a sector that we're like looking into.
Heck yeah.
But
that would be really cool.
Like coming back to your previous question, like the challenges and stuff. Is like the branding. We want our branding to be simple, but also like everything the same, and I'm really thankful that you guys say this about the brand, because like sometimes brands are like everywhere, and I'm trying to like even now like I'm trying to like think of our brand and like always like trying to see like how we could like minimize it more,
right?
And like
you seem like you just want to be like really deliberate and everything's really simple and it's recognizable no matter what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Very careful, even like shirts and gis and so on, like what type of designs and like fabric and so on that we do make. For it, because like I think a lot of brands fail because sometimes like they kind of like cut loopholes and like it's not. It's like it's crappy and like that gives a bad rep. Like if you there are certain brands I really truly love, which is like Ruka. I really love Ruka. I love like Apple. But like when you hold that brand, you're like, oh, I could trust it. Yeah. You know?
And you hold it to a really high standard. Yeah.
You don't even have to think about it. You're like, oh, I trust this brand. I'll order more hats. I'll order more computers from there. Yeah. So like that's what we want to do for food. Yeah. And the reason why I do like, I'm not like trying to rush everything into the merchandise like space is also like I don't want to dilute the brand, right? You don't want to be that guy who's like, hey, I want to put my hand in everything, right? You know, like, I want to like have this base of like we are this brand that makes great products. Then eventually I could start making iPads, iPhones, watches, Apple watches, and so on. So like I'm not. But like I definitely want to tap into that industry of like brands and so on. But so it will definitely be coming.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely can see it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like keeping the quality high and like this is what we are, and I'll keep doing this until I feel like I'm comfortable to reach the next level, and that's important. A lot of people don't have that, you know. And we're kind of dealing with the same thing with like the podcast and the branding and stuff, because obviously we're like doing the best that we can, but we want to start making merch and we want to have these things, but we don't want to rush it just for the sake of like, oh, look what we have. You know what I mean? We want it to be exactly like what I see in my head. I want it to be what I want. I want the stickers, the shirts, the fanny packs, the hats, but I want it to look really specific, and I don't want to just like settle for what's the easiest. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of it, because that's what everyone's doing, you know, and it's like you want to be different.
Yeah.
That's really
And Libras baking in the sun, water slides and drinking Gucci just for fun. Demons sailing in the ocean on the run, pulling out your teeth and feeling when it's numb.
All right, so we're wrapping up the episode with Unstable Ones, which is a wing challenge. We're actually going to be using Jae's brand's Tapped sauces in heat. And if you recognize this, da bomb. I won't be doing this because I'll go into a cardiac arrest. But we're going to be eating hot wings while Jake is asking us questions. They're going to get progressively harder, and we're excited.
All right, sauce the first one, I'll ask the question.
Perfect. So this is armbar. Go ahead and tell us about armbar.
Flats, and so just choose whichever one you want, and yes, explain the sauce as you do it.
Okay, so armbar is a jalapeno Thai chili, curry, and Fuji apple hot sauce. This is more of a medium spicy hot sauce, and this is our bestsellers.
Awesome.
Bestseller.
Yeah, as you pour it, I'll tell. I literally, as she was saying, ate it in 3 days and then tagged you on the Instagram.
So Fuji apple, that sounds delicious.
Because just like you, my favorite flavor profile is curry.
Yeah.
We meal prep chicken every week, and I literally always make a curry one because I just like I love
Yum.
All right.
And that's how you know it's real right there, baby. Don't come out of the bottle easy.
Right. Nice and thick
I
and
love
yummy.
that. It's like a paste.
Yeah. It's almost like the consistency of a sriracha.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I even love that like you can see that it doesn't have like an anti-caking agent. Like I love that it like.
This is the first sauce you guys came out with? Okay.
This is we don't use like no thickener.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we have like some ingredients like the mushrooms. They will naturally thicken.
Yeah,
it.
whatever the ingredients do,
Yeah.
the ingredients do. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Three.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, nice and flavorful. There's no way it's hot, dude.
It's not hot.
That's so spicy. Ooh.
Oh wait, napkins, I got you.
I'm scared for you. I'm scared for myself. The bomb.
I'm terrified.
It's gonna go exactly like how it went at the show or at the
I'm
event.
supposed to ask you a question.
I have
I'm so
this.
sorry. Well, you're eating. I'm gonna let you finish chewing, and then you have to answer the questions while it's burning.
I have this every day.
Really?
I have armbar like every day.
I'm like trying to eat as much chicken as possible.
Dude, I don't know if you were the one.
He's
that
putting
responded.
more.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you were the one that responded to me on social media.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay, yeah. By the end of it, I didn't have very much left, and I wanted to taste it as much as possible. So I just cooked an egg with no seasoning.
No
Just, like,
way.
Put the rest of it on there and was like, all right, that's as bland as I can get it because I just wanted to taste it. All right, here we go. Okay, are you okay? All right. If you could change one core personality trait, what would it be? We'll go Selena first then.
My self-esteem. I think I would have more self-confidence.
All right.
For me too?
Yeah, if you could change one core personality trait about yourself.
Damn.
I feel like I'm already sweating.
Like, what do you mean, like, core personality?
Like, personally, like
Like any
I
character
talk a
feel you
lot.
feel like you have.
Oh.
Like.
For me is, this is.
He said I'm perfect,
Dude, I
honestly.
love myself.
No, I love myself. No, there's a couple things I try to work on. It's more like sometimes I say yes too easily.
Okay, yeah, that's a good answer.
And but I think it also like benefits me in some way because I do like to like, you know, even if I don't agree, I try to find the yes through like like changing the. I mean,
Are you like a people pleaser?
I'm a little bit of people
Yeah.
pleaser.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good way to say it. And
Yeah.
I've been working on it. Yeah, so.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, being selfish with yourself it's definitely
Yeah.
a season of life you have to have.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
jiu-jitsu actually taught me that. I was a yes man really bad when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I remember like one of my jiu-jitsu buddies was like, "Hey, like dude, you can like just focus on you." Like you know what I mean? Like it can
Yeah.
just be about you for a little while. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
one more before we hit the next wing.
Okay.
When was the last time that you felt lost?
My God.
27 minutes ago.
Lost like in life?
Let's move on to the different.
Oh God.
We gave you this list and they're all so deep.
That's what it's supposed to be, though. They're supposed to be like deep intellectual. We'll go with the last one. When was the last time I felt lost? Probably before I met you, I think.
Oh.
I was definitely the last time I felt lost.
Cry.
Yeah, before I met you.
All right,
I
Jay,
like.
start talking, say something that makes me cry, so
I don't feel lost. I feel found. No, I feel like I feel lost a lot. And,
Yeah.
It's sometimes like holding your identity is sometimes really hard when there's a lot of external variables, and but like even like having a brand, this is my identity. So when things don't work out, like I feel like myself is lost.
Yeah, that makes
but
a lot of sense.
It's always a fight.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, one more before we eat the next wing.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're going,
How are you doing?
It's burning. It's pretty bad, but I'm okay.
Okay, so one more, just get it really rolling.
Yeah.
What's one thing you've learned about yourself in the past year?
That I am better at things than I think I am.
Hell yeah.
I like.
Give yourself a little credit, huh?
Yeah. I'm more talented than I think that I am. I am more dedicated. I am more. I'm funnier than I think that I am. I think I'm better than I think I am sometimes.
For me, it's like when I feel like crap or like emotionally and like mentally, like it's just because I'm tired.
Yeah. Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah. And then like next day, all that like your state is better, so like I feel fine. I feel
I know
better.
exactly what you're talking about. Somebody just said this.
Lack of sleep is bad.
Yeah.
I just somebody just said this. I think we were.
My dad said that to me the other
They
day.
say like, dude, if I'm having a bad day, I just like wait it out and then I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, I'm probably not.
Yeah. It's just your state.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that.
Sleep is so important.
All right, sauce up the next one.
All right, so this is the bow and arrow, which is a habanero miso pineapple hot sauce. This is definitely under spicy, so
Okay.
it has a little bit more kick.
And this was y'all's second sauce you
This
came
is
out
our
with.
second sauce. We wanted something yellow, and we wanted something spicier.
Gotcha. Awesome. Perfect.
Oh yeah, this is the part where the.
Oh shoot!
Oh,
Here, we tried.
it's okay. I'll just.
This is the part where
so
where the
rough.
bit comes alive.
Yeah.
This is where we.
Really?
Yeah. This is where the game begins. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, cheers.
Quite a bit on
On
mine.
3, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, she got it on the lip. You were trying so hard to be like, oh, it's not that bad. Like she bit into it, she's like, oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh,
You can stop biting it. Like you don't have to finish.
the more chicken, the better, because it's like.
napkin. It's in front of your cup.
Oh yeah.
Nope,
Wow.
nope, you gotta give it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. You got it. You got a little.
I feel like Sean Evans right now. Just like not even phased.
I know. I feel like he's like never phased,
Yeah.
and he does all of them. Holy shit.
He
But he-
actually has been interviewed about that. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good with it, but then at the top of it, it's bad.
But when you get to this,
Yeah.
that's when you start like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Red, yeah. All right.
Might die.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's hot. That's really hot.
All right. How would you describe or define commitment?
Definitely dedication, and like every single day you do it. No matter tired, you do it happy, you do it sad, you do it miserable, you do it grieving, you do it excited, you do it no matter what. Whether that's like job, business, branding, relationship, every single day you make a commitment and you do it every day. No matter how you feel.
Sir?
I think it's, I agree with what she said, and it has to do with outcome. And being committed means you do these stuff every day, but if it's a decision, and if you decide I'm going to be with this person for the rest of your life, you want to do this, then just look at the outcome that you want and just follow it. And I think it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. If you could time travel, what is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Holy shit. Don't drink or do any drugs. That's probably what I would say. Get better friends. Go to church. Stop being a fucking loser. Yeah. That's what I would say. Don't get mixed up with the wrong people. Put the Adderall down. That's what I would say.
Down.
Yeah.
For me, it's just have much fun as you can and just keep doing like things that drives you.
Yeah.
You know, just do more fun shit.
Yeah.
Be a kid.
Yeah.
Keep playing. Yeah.
Interesting. I love it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Are you all right over there?
Yeah. She's hot.
I think she needs more drinks.
Yeah, for real.
What is the most difficult thing you have ever had to tell someone?
The most difficult thing I've ever had to tell somebody? Oh, boy. Dang. The most difficult thing I've ever had to tell someone.
That you can share. No.
Yeah, that I can share. Probably whenever I called my mom and told her I was going to jail. Yeah. It's probably the most difficult thing I've ever had to tell somebody ever.
Yeah, that's hard.
And then having to call my dad from jail and tell him what's going on. Yeah, that was tough.
Damn.
It's hard. Yeah.
I feel really weird that I'm not sharing. I get to ask, and then I'm just like in your life, like.
Yeah, that's
ahead,
definitely
Jay.
the most difficult thing.
I can relate to that.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Period.
That's awesome.
He's a stepper.
I was 20, and I was like coming back. I was like at a college party, and I was driving back, and I got pulled over, and I had to call my really strict Asian parents.
No way.
Yeah.
Was it a DUI? Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
no way. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hopefully, I've never really drove drink and drive past then.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
I mean, it was definitely a lesson in disguise. Like, I was 20. I was like a kid.
Yeah.
So I was just going through it. So yeah,
That's
but,
awesome, dude. She has like she has a bit that she does at almost all of like not all, but like a lot of comedy where she has people going to jail and the reactions and the responses and her getting people to say yes or no is always like a really funny kind of like crowd
Yeah.
thing. And dude, if I was in the if we were in the crowd and nobody said they'd go to
He's
jail,
like-
you were like, yep, right.
No, people like are like. Oh,
I'm, like,
you
literally
went to
sweating.
jail. Like your life must be horrible. I'm like, actually, like,
My life's pretty sick, dude.
yeah, I fucking changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was going to parties and going like just like this kid in South Florida that I was just not like with the bad friends or anything, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I wanted to just get that out of
being
my
20,
system.
yeah.
Just being 20, and I was just coming back from a college party.
And it really changed it for you. I mean,
It changed my whole.
scared you.
That
Yeah.
just changed my whole
No,
life.
yeah,
Flipped it upside down, and I'm just like, wow, I can't be a shithead anymore.
Yeah, that's literally what I tell people all the time. I'm like, no, I am glad I went to jail all the times that I did. I'm glad it all happened because if not, I would not be here.
The funniest thing is like when I came home from jail, like my mom and my sister picked me up, right? Like textbook stereotypical Asian parents reaction. Like when you first come into the house, my dad was like silence,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like silent, and then you just end up like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Yeah, my mom hung up on me whenever I called her and told her I was going to jail because she thought I was pranking her.
Oh my god.
She screamed at me and she's like, I'm at work. I don't have time for your antics.
Oh, God.
And hung up the phone. And I'm literally like, what do I do? And the police officer's like, dude, I don't know. And I'm like, can you call her and tell her? Like, can you let her know I'm not screwing around? And he was like, maybe she should just think it's a joke. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
no,
That's
dude,
what the
she's going to
police
kill
officer-
me. Like, literally, so
All right.
funny.
Sauce up the next one.
All right.
You're the only one doing it because you're crazy.
I'll do this one again.
Okay. Yeah. You
Bro,
Give me
She's
another
another
wing.
wing.
Yeah. Because that one, my ears are sweating, I think. He's about to do the bomb.
I haven't done this one in I don't know, for a very long time.
That's so crazy. I couldn't even imagine.
The bomb beyond insanity.
Is this the last one that they do?
This
is
the 8th one.
Oh, so that's not even the spiciest one.
But this is the spiciest one.
Oh, okay.
They just use this as the 8th one.
And then they do the last
That's
dab.
the climax, and then of the show, and then like the other one is like a little bit better, and then they do the last dab, which is, it's same amount of like it's a higher Scoville, but it tastes better because they add more ingredients.
Oh,
Like,
I see.
Spice, yeah.
It's not just spice, and I actually tried it, and it tastes really good because they add more ingredients to it.
Wow.
Yeah, the ingredients matter
Yeah.
with the heat.
Yeah, my mouth is on fire.
So I am gonna just add this together.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like a mix of the bomb and
Wow. He's getting jiggy with
Yeah,
it.
you can have fun with that.
you don't want this.
No, I don't know if I can.
No, don't do it.
Because I feel like it might kill me. I'm literally sweating from just that. Like, I'm...
All right, that.
Oof.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
He's like, I regret everything. That's so awesome. Yeah, I don't even know how much they put on there.
It's like a sludge of death in there.
Brown sludge up to the kneecaps.
That's good.
Call back. Oh, wait, can I smell it?
Yeah.
Wow. It doesn't even smell that spicy. Those are the scary ones.
That's the trick.
No, yeah, that's
You want me to do another drop?
no. That's good. Don't kill yourself.
All right. Go for it. I got a question in the chamber for when you guys get done.
Cheers.
I'm scared some got on my
Hey, that was good technique. He knows how to not get it on his lips.
Yeah.
I mean, dude. Your body like starts tensing up, just like, oh fuck, here it comes.
Ooh. Wow.
I think you should do a spoonful of it.
These wings are good though.
Fuck.
Gotcha. You good?
Hang on.
There we go. All right. Next question is, what is your fondest childhood memory?
Wow, I have several. One that's just like coming to my head that's the most is I begged for a... One sec. I begged for a pink tricycle for the last year, and I got one for my birthday. And I wasn't allowed to play with it that night of, and I snuck into the garage and I played with it. And I set off the alarms at my parents' house. And I scared my parents to death, and my dad came out naked with a baseball bat because he thought someone was robbing the house. And then he let me play with the tricycle.
That is your fondest childhood?
Yeah. And then I remember it was the next day, like after that happened or something, and I had the tricycle, and there were these boys that were in our neighborhood that were like riding regular bikes, and they were like, oh, you're a baby, you have a tricycle, all this. And I was like, hey, fuck you. Like, then my dad was like, how about you race them? And I was like, bet. I raced them on my little tricycle, and I won. And they left me alone. My dad says they let me win, but I don't think so. That's my fondest memory, probably.
Mine is like, I was in Korea and my dad used to take me on hikes.
Okay.
And we had this tradition where we go up all the way to like the top of the mountains. And there's always like Buddhist temples on the mountain.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Rubbing ice on your lips.
bro, that thing's spicy.
Yeah.
And we get to the temple and we'll always like bring like camping gear and we'll make ramen up there. Yeah. And
Oh my god, that sounds so fun.
And
my
like-
nose is running.
people, if you want the best tasting ramen, go for a hike, starve yourself, and then go bring like a little camp set and go eat ramen on top of a mountain in the woods.
That sounds gorgeous.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is so delicious, and I remember that for the rest of my life.
That's really good.
That's
And
so
every
awesome.
ramen I cook, whether it's like those, pack ramen or whatever, I always compare it to that. That's like my standard.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Do you daydream a lot or tend to stay present in the moment?
Oh. Is there such thing as day nightmares? That's what I do. I have like day nightmares where I'm like constantly thinking about stuff that I did that was terrible. That's what I have. So yeah, I probably feel like I'm constantly wandering.
Jay?
He's like, my mouth hurts. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. My mouth is completely on fire.
Oh. The question was, do I daydream a lot?
Do you daydream or stay present?
Do you think like...
I don't really daydream a lot. Yeah, but I don't stay present either.
You're just nowhere.
Thinking about the future?
A lot of it's, I'm like thinking about worrying. Like worrying sometimes. I guess if that's daydreaming, but...
That's what I said. I have day nightmares. It's not a dream. It's like...
Just like sometimes I feel like I'm on my computer and then like I'm just like doing one thing after another.
Yeah.
I don't really daydream that much.
Yeah.
Never did.
If you could choose one person living or dead to have dinner with, who would it be and why?
Oh my God, living or dead?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Harriet Tubman.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Harriet Tubman.
You know what I recently found out? Like, did you know like how everybody thinks Harriet Tubman was like a crazy, like, extreme, like, savior?
No.
She saved 70 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people thought it was like thousands. It was 70 people.
That's still a lot, though.
But I saw like a video.
Don't hate on her. She's an icon.
Well, it's because she was a woman, but like still, like that's awesome.
Yeah, I would probably pick like Harriet Tubman or honestly, probably Marilyn Monroe. That would be like, yeah, it's them two for sure. Maybe a little like Eisenhower or something like that. Yeah.
Jay, what, learn arts of war from? I mean,
Yeah, I just
you went from Marilyn Monroe to fucking art of war. Like,
yeah, I just want to know
What was
like
the second person?
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I couldn't tell you a
President.
single thing that he did. I just want to know about his life or something.
That's hilarious. You
Yeah.
I would say the Buddha.
Oh,
Wow, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool, right?
wait, what do you mean, like the Buddha?
The Buddha. If he ever existed, I would love to like meet the Buddha, right?
That would be so intense.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
Or-
I thought you questioned it, but if it was like a white person who was like, Jesus Christ, you'd understand what they said.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't know if he meant like, yeah, because there's just like so many different
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, he was not a fictional character. He was.
it's like Jesus Christ. It's like
Wow,
Christ.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
That would be so interesting. Gandhi would be a good one too.
Gandhi, yeah. But like it would be cool. Like he's like the person known for enlightenment.
Yeah.
You know, like
I feel like he would be able to tell your future or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I feel like he'd see me and be like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or
would be cool.
present day, I would like to like really meet like Anthony Bourdain.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's literally the best answer.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Right there. You can social and stuff, but
Yeah. Anthony Bourdain would be so insane. We love Anthony Bourdain in this household. He's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah?
He's stunning. Gorgeous, perfect, beautiful.
Yeah.
Such an icon.
He's an icon.
He's everything. We
One
miss
of-
him so much.
One of the goes, oh!
Yeah, he has an Anthony
Look at that,
Bourdain
he has an
shirt.
Anthony Bourdain shirt. You gotta show the camera.
Yeah, you should show the camera. Anthony Bourdain, if you're watching this
you're
from
watching this is crazy.
from hell, heaven, wherever you are, please shout us out. We love you so much.
I don't know who said it, but I saw it in a video. And people are like, "Oh, you love Anthony Bourdain? Yes, best chef of all time, but Gordon Ramsay."
Okay, I'm obsessed with Gordon Ramsay too, but
Yeah.
seriously. Well, yeah, shout out your socials, website, what you got going on.
Socials, Tap Sauce. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and so on.
Gotta buy these
Tapsauce.com is our website. We are trying to reamp the website, so we're trying to bring some new products to you soon. So we're really excited for everything.
Yeah.
So, and thanks for having me on the show.
Of course, thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. I'm glad
really
you got
fun.
to come and talk about your sauces. They're delicious,
Yeah.
spicy, yummy, good, awesome. You're gonna be so successful. When
you.
you're in Whole Foods, I'm gonna be like, yo, he was on my podcast.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Hey, more sauces to try now. Definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming, Jay. We really
No,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured on my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching monsters by the lake.